I need your help figuring something out. I went home to Tennessee for Thanksgiving, spent the weekend with my family. I was supposed to come back Sunday night, but I rebooked at the last minute and got a flight Sunday morning instead. So I get back into town, and I want to surprise my girlfriend. So drove to her apartment, and when I get there, I noticed that there was this Jeep parked in her spot right in front of her door. I'm like, that's kind of weird. So I go up, knock on the door. She doesn't answer. And then I think, well, maybe she's at church or something. Then I notice her car is in the parking lot, too. So I call her, no answer. Text her, no answer. So I basically just went home, and then about an hour later, she calls me and is like, hey, I'm sorry, I just saw your text. I was in the shower. And I'm like, I was going to surprise you. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't have my phone on me.
Okay, let me stop you right there. First of all, I could understand like 20 minutes later she calls, like if she was in the shower, but you said an hour?
Yeah, actually, it might have been a little longer than that.
Okay, all right. So she was in the shower.
I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so I was saying, I was like, yeah, I was going to surprise you. And she goes, oh, well, come over and surprise me now. So I go over there. The Jeep is gone. And so I asked her, I was like, well, why aren't you parked in your normal spot? I saw some guy in a Jeep stole it earlier, and she's like, oh, yeah, that was my cousin, Michelle. Remember I told you she was coming to stay with me for the weekend? And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. So at that point, I sort of just let it go because she did tell me her cousin was coming over. But then, the more I kept thinking about it, the more I felt like it didn't look like something a girl would drive. And I'm not trying to stereotype or anything. It just didn't seem like something a girl would drive.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I used to drive a pickup truck. In fact, I've owned multiple pickup trucks with lift kits and
and Ashley is a woman, sort of, and she drives big ass trucks.
I know, and it's not just because it was a Jeep. It was just, I don't know, the whole thing with it being a Jeep and a lift kit, and then her being home but not answering the door. I don't know.
So you just want to make sure that the vehicle was really her cousin's vehicle, like she said it was.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said she lives in an apartment complex?
Yeah.
What's the name of the apartment complex?
It's in apartments over by First Colonial.
Okay. And you said she also has her own parking spot, correct?
Yeah, everybody gets one spot, and then there's visitor spots, but when I went there, the Jeep was in her spot, and she parked in visitors parking.
Okay, so she could have extended that courtesy to her cousin then. So, all right, well, let's call her up here real quick. I have an idea that is definitely going to get you your answer, okay?
Okay, cool, thanks.
What is her name? You never told us your girlfriend's name.
Oh, yeah, it's Heather.
Heather, okay. Hang on a second.